emerging, and we even sometimes have first-time artists.
Submissions are being accepted until September 9th. The winners are chosen in December, and the auction happens at City Hall just before Valentine's Day. Megan Goldstein, KCBS.
Teachers have been stocking their classrooms with books as school libraries disappear. KCBS's Chris Adcarlo reports on a new tool to make sure those classroom libraries are enriching.
Kids across America are living in book deserts.
Communities without access to books.
Susan Newman is a professor of childhood education at NYU, and she says that lack of books is keeping kids from developing into readers. In the absence of school libraries, teachers have been setting up classroom shelves.
They spend over $300 per year of their own salary to create a classroom library.
Newman partnered with a group called First Book to create a checklist to make sure that money is well spent.
And so we wanted to say, what is an excellent classroom library that draws children in, that gets them excited about books, that gets them reading early on, because reading frequently is a key to reading achievement.
He says the tool showed some teachers that the quality of those classroom collections needs improvement.
But they also need challenging books, and they need books where they see themselves, so they develop a sense of identity.
She says the checklist can help teachers go to policymakers and ask for the funding to get the right books. Carlo, KCBS.
A new study says there's been a spike in the number of American adults who use hallucinogenic drugs, even as their use has gone down among teenagers. Researchers at Columbia University base those conclusions on data from the federal government's National Survey on Drug Use and Health over a period of 10 years. They say the numbers show a total of more than 5.5 million Americans of all ages using hallucinogens in 2019, which was a sharp increase from a decade earlier.
Most dive bars have a certain look and smell about them, but a taste? I'm Brian Van Miller on Business. Miller High Life is now offering fans of its beer a dive bar flavored ice cream. So how do you go about creating such a flavor? According to Miller High Life teamed up with Tipsy Scoop to do a little taste testing. First, they infused the ice cream with the actual beer, because what's a dive bar without a little beer? Then they add a peanut swirl because of the peanuts that are often found on the bar top and floor. To give it that sticky feeling, a swirl of caramel was thrown in. A hint of tobacco smoke and a coating of dark chocolate, meant to evoke the feeling of dark lighting, wraps it all up. A brand representative says every sense is a cream bar. They said they wanted to create another opportunity for fans to enjoy a cold beer without having to drink a beer. A pack of ice cream bars cost $36. So it's not exactly dive bar prices. Brian Van Miller, CBS News.
Right now, stop by Floorcraft Carpet One in San Francisco and get big savings. Waterproof event. Our waterproof flooring is available in a wide range of categories and styles, including luxury vinyl, hardwood, carpet, and more. And it's backed by our beautiful guarantee. And you'll find big savings on appliances, baths, kitchens, and Hunter Douglas window coverings. The worry-free waterproof sale at Floorcraft Carpet One in San Francisco. Learn more at floorcrafthome.com.
For Labor Day savings, Envision Toyota of Milpitas is the right decision. Now during their Labor Day sales event going on now, you can get as low as 1.9% APR financing on select new Toyotas, including Corollas and Camrys, RAV4s and Tacomas, or get 3.99% APR financing on pre-owned certified Toyotas. Plus, we make it easy to save even more with no money down on approved credit when you buy any new Toyota. Shop online anytime at EnvisionToyotaofMilpitas.com or with the 880 freeway in the Great Mall Parkway meet. Call 855-973-2594 for details. Savings are going on right now, and the right decision is Envision Honda of Milpitas. Over 300 new cars arriving soon. Reserve yours today. Now get 1.9% financing on a new 2022 Honda Passport or Pilot, or get a 2.9% financing on select new 2022 Honda models, including our most popular vehicles, Civic, Accord, CR-V, including hybrids. For the best Labor Day deals, it's Envision Honda of Milpitas. Call 855-996-2274.
And new agents to address these very issues. That means if you need to get your tax problems resolved, now is the time to get started. I'm tax attorney Robert Goldstein, and my firm specializes in helping individuals and small businesses resolve their tax problems. We work to stop IRS and state seizures. We may be able to settle your tax debt or pay in compromise. We prepare your past due returns, even if you have no records, and represent you before IRS and state in an audit. At the law offices of Robert Goldstein, the consultation is always free, and we have offices located throughout the Bay Area. To schedule your free consultation, call 1-888-TAX-EXIT. That's 888-TAXEXIT. 888-TAX-EXIT. And make us your last stop.
The 7 o'clock hour with a check on traffic from Ted.
We're going to start off in San Francisco right now. We are seeing some closures around Oracle Park right now due to the Giants race, which is happening this morning around the ballpark. We're seeing some of Embarcadero is shut down, as well as some other streets in the South of Market area. So just a heads up that is going on this morning. The road conditions all over the Bay Area, though, are looking very, very good. We did have reports of an accident on the Lower East Shore Freeway, eastbound 80 approaching Gil. Now we're not seeing any slowing. CHP just arrived on the scene 1 minute ago. We'll let you know in 10 minutes time if any more information does come in. But for the most part, things are looking very, very agreeable out there this morning, wherever you need to get to. Your next update is going to be at 8:08 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
Partly cloudy in the morning by the coast, becoming sunny in most of the Bay Area. Highs will be in the 60s and 70s by the water, and the mid-70s to low 80s inland. Moderate breezes pick up by the afternoon. Evening with some patchy fog rolling in by the coast.
Traffic and weather together on the 8s on KCBS, where it's Sunday, August 21st, 2022. Coming up.
I'm Jennifer Hodges. A street party. Community residents together 2 years after a devastating fire.
And I'm Betsy Gebhardt in Oakland, where a cannabis shop is hit by a drive-through burglary for the second time in 6 months.
And big stretches of the desert southwest are getting soaked by rounds of monsoon rain. I'm Lisa Chin.
I'm Eric Tom. News covers the world next.
When you need to know, KCBS AM, KFRC FM, and HD1. Francisco, Oakland, San Jose, and Odyssey Station.
8 o'clock.
This is CBS News on the Hour, presented by Liberty Mutual Insurance.
I'm Monica Ricks in New York. Parts of the West are now getting some much-needed rain, but for folks in New Mexico and Arizona, maybe too much. Storms are flooding roads and knocking down power lines there. This woman says a tree destroyed her home.
I was extremely sad. I was lost for words. I didn't know how to pick up the pieces of this puzzle, and it was just...
Are now hitting parts of South Texas.
Unfortunately, because we've been in a drought for so long, we're going to need more than what we received yesterday, but it does help, and it was a very, very...
But forecasters say it could get worse. Many there now preparing for a possible tropical storm. CBS News has learned former President Trump's legal team will likely file a motion to appoint an independent reviewer to evaluate documents seized by the FBI at Mar-a-Lago. But attorney David Weinstein, who served in the U.S. Attorney's Office in Florida, says he doesn't think Trump will get those back.
We're led to believe that these are dealing with national security interests, whether it's secrets, whether it's nuclear secrets, whatever it may be, and that these documents need to be in a safe and secure location.
The Justice Department has until Thursday to redact the affidavit on that search. Somalia-based terror group Al-Shabaab says it's responsible for the attack at a hotel in Mogadishu that killed at least 21 people. Emmanuel Agunzas with the BBC.
The building has now been completed. Devices that the militants set off during the early hours of the siege, and also this counter-insurgency that the security forces tried. They destroyed parts of the building, and huge smoke can still be seen.
Dozens were hurt there. U.S. doctors are now helping out. Jim Krasula.
Several doctors in Phoenix, Arizona, including acute care surgeon Dr. Gaurav Patel, trauma care training to doctors and nurses treating war injuries in Ukraine.
These are healthcare professionals as part of their formal training, yet are the ones who are on the front line.
The training includes the treatment of blood, treatment of burns, and mental health trauma.
One of the biggest Halloween parties in the world has been canceled in Hollywood. KCBS reporter Joy Benedict has details.
It's Carnival was left off the annual budget by the city council.
I think it's a little bit disheartening.
The city cited news release, COVID, monkeypox, since this is an event where 250,000 people close streets.
I think it's all
understandable reasons why we're worried, but I think it's also a little bit too early.
This will be the third year in a row that the massive event has been canceled. This is CBS News.
Liberty optimizes your car and home insurance, so you only pay for what you need. Visit libertyfuel.com to learn more.
Guys, stop putting your love life on hold. Exciting news. If you've been wanting to try Viagra or Cialis, now's the perfect time. Call today and receive 90 little blue or little yellow pills for only $119 with free shipping. Why order some low-dose sildenafil from one of those subscription services when we can give you what you want now? Call 800-711-6818 and we'll rush your order discreetly packaged to your door. Been thinking about trying Viagra or Cialis? Call U.S. Pharmacy at 800-711-6818 for as little as only $119 for 90 pills. Need your package in a hurry? Call 800-711-6818 and ask about our express shipping option, and we'll rush your order to you as soon as possible. Save money on this little blue or yellow pill you've been wanting to try. Again, 800-711-6818 now. That's 800-711-6818.
The way to a worker's heart may be through their stomachs. At least that's what employers are hoping. Here's CBS's Deborah Rodriguez.
Many people who worked from home for 2 pandemic years are still resisting back to the office orders. Some bosses are with food, and not just cold pizza or plastic-wrapped bagels. The Wall Street Journal says breakfast burritos stuffed with tofu, grilled squash, zucchini, and onions did the trick for one young software engineer in New York. The president of a city advertising firm turned to free sandwiches after all else failed, and now offers $25 lunch allotments per person for in-office days. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
J-Lo and Ben Affleck are married again. The A-list lovebirds, of course, signed them out in Vegas. Wedding at an estate in Georgia in front of family and friends, including longtime pals Matt Damon and director Kevin Smith. Monica Ricks, CBS News.
It's 8:05 at the Bay Area's news station, KCBS. Plenty of sunshine on tap for us later on today. In fact, I see lots of it. The financial district in San Francisco right now. Good morning, I'm Eric Thomas.
And I'm Lisa Chan. Here's what's happening. It's the burglary MO that thieves are using all too frequently these days. Reporter Betsy Gephardt says an Oakland cannabis shop is the latest business to be hit by drive-through burglars.
It happened just before 4 a.m. Saturday at the Ivy Hill Cannabis Shop in Oakland.
Some robbers in a really big truck backed up into one of our entryways and broke the gate as well as the doors.
Manager Zane Jaman says the 2-ton truck smashed through with such force it took out a parking meter, a heavy concrete post, and the shop's 10-foot by 10-foot door and entryway. An alarm sounded immediately and cops were on scene within minutes. To fortified display cases, managers say the thieves got away with only a few joints and edibles. It's the second drive-through burglary attempt at Ivy Hill Cannabis in 6 months. As repairs got underway, customers quickly returned. It'd be better to say a little more. Store employees say they feel lucky it wasn't worse. Betsy Gephardt, KCBS.
A Boys and Girls Club and an elementary in Redwood City went into lockdown Friday afternoon following reports of gunshots in a nearby park. Shortly after the initial report, police were called to the Boys and Girls Club of the Peninsula, located in the western area of the park off Hilton Street. Windows of the club had been broken by gunfire, but nobody was seriously injured. One staff member had glass shatter on them, though. Police say 26 students and 15 staff members were evacuated from the Boys and Girls Club, while 300 students and 40 staff members were escorted out of a nearby Hoover Elementary School. Investigators later found multiple 9mm bullet casings in the park. The shooting is under investigation.
It's been 2 years this month since the CZU wildfire raced through the Santa Cruz Mountains, devastating communities. Now, as reports, mountain residents are gathering to show just how connected they are.
A street party and a sidewalk sale is just the kind of event to bring mountain community members together.
Our valley is so much of like a family, and so devastating for everyone.
Aidan O'Connell is out here selling prints for tattoos.
Kind of like as you were to lose a family member, you know?
This area has seen a lot over the last 2 years between the pandemic and to the CPU fire?
Well, I think people are excited to come out and, be together.